Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast. I am your host,
Chuck Manatee.
and in today's episode, we are going to be covering Stranger Things Tales from 85, as in 1985. So as usual, what we'll do is we'll go through a little bit of interesting info with you, and then we'll watch the trailer together, and I will give you my thoughts. So this is like half a trailer, so it's kind of just showing a little bit about the guys writing, the production, and it has like a little bit of tidbits in between. So let's get straight into it. So Stranger Things Tales from 85 is an upcoming animated science fiction television series and a direct spin-off of Netflix live-action Stranger Things. Tales from 85 was first announced by Netflix in April 2025 and will be executive produced by the Stranger Things creators Matt and Ross Duffer, as well as Sean Levy, which you probably know from Deadpool, and Dan Cohen of 21 Laps, Hilary Levitt of Upside Down Pictures, and Eric Robles with Flying Bark. Tales from 85 will take place between the events of the second and third season of Stranger Things, which you'll hear in the trailer. They talk about that a little bit, and will depict the children, Eleven, Mike, Will, Lucas, Dustin, and Max, as they confront new monsters of the Upside Down and unravel a paranormal mystery terrorizing the town. The Duffers have said the show intends to capture the feel of the 80s Saturday morning cartoon in the Stranger Things universe. So as far as the cast is concerned, it's not the original cast doing the voiceovers of this, because this is an animation. But we have Brett Gibson, and Brett is actually going to be doing the voice of Jim Hopper. And Brett's actually been, he's doing the voice in Stranger Things. He's been in Knights of Badassdom. He played Gunther. He's been in SWAT in 2020, just one episode there, and Shameless as well. He's been in Shameless. And you'll see quite a lot of the people have actually come from like the same, they've cut from the same cloth as far as the shows are concerned. So then we have Luca Diaz, who is Mike Wheeler. Luca was in Erin and Erin. There's ERIN and then AARON. He's been in Migration, did some voice stuff there, and Transformers, Earthspark. And then we have Brooklyn Davy Norstedt as 11. And Brooklyn has been in We Crashed, as, played Amber as Brooklyn Norstedt. And then we have Braxton Quinney as Dustin Henderson. Braxton's actually been in Bigger as a carnival kid. And then You Can't Take My Daughter as a school program kid. Then we have Alicia Williams. And Alicia is going to be playing Lucas Sinclair, actually. He's been in The Wonder Years, the new version of that. Puppy Dog Pals, Uninterrupted, and Henry Danger, which was in 2019, so not that long ago. Then we have Benjamin Plasala, sorry if I butchered that, as Will Byers. He's actually been in Wild Pack, which is a voiceover that he did, Big Little Lies, Shameless, so that's why I said there's one or two that's come from that series, and Castlevania Nocturne. He He actually did a voiceover there. And last but not least, we have Jolie Huang Rappaport as Max Mayfield. Yeah, so she's actually been in Watchmen and Just Add Magic, Mystery City from 2020, and then also Just Add Magic, and then also a nice voiceover part. She played Lynn in The Monkey King. So yeah, that's the basic cast of this. And yeah, so Tales from 85 is scheduled to premiere on Netflix in 2026. So not too far away. It's almost the end of the year. Can you imagine? This year has gone by so quickly. It's already November, so it's almost Christmas and almost the end of the year. So I don't know about you, but this year has gone specifically very fast for me. Yeah, but without any further ado, let's check out the trailer for Stranger Things Tales from 85.
When we started talking about it, was there anything else we want to do with Stranger Things? This was one of our first ideas.
The idea was kind of to evoke a feeling of an 80s cartoon.
With animation, there's really no limits. Eric and his team can just go wild.
And they have.
And they have.
What we've been able to capture is the magic of Hawkins in a new way. So our story takes place between seasons 2 and 3, but we soon learn that nothing is quite as they thought it was. So get your flashlight, get your backpack, because it's gonna be amazing.
That was the trailer for Stranger Things Tales from 85. So a little bit of a teaser trailer actually. But as far as the animation style goes, it is brilliant. It looks really good. Yeah, and you know, a little bit of a spin-off of something that is this popular as Stranger Things. You know, it's I can't see that it wouldn't do well. Especially with the look, and then you know there's a little bit of a story in between season 2 and 3, which I think might be you know, interesting. So yeah, so just as far as the animation look goes, because there is animation done on this channel, so it is appreciated, of course, and you know, you get a little look at the concept art, etc., etc. But the finished product, and you know, the sort of 80s, because they talk about the 80s cartoon look. Look, it's a little bit more intricate than what I would say like a lot of the 80s cartoons were. Like if you watched stuff like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, that kind of stuff. This is a step up, but I see what they're talking about with the style of it. Stylistically, it's not the same as the animation now, because a lot of it is 3D animation. So there's a few bits of, you know, 2D animation left in the shape of like Family Guy, Simpsons, Rick and Morty, and that kind of stuff. But a lot of it has gone to that 3D element. And 2D is such a really cool art form to create, even to create depth within an animation. Is like really cool. So the concept art is really, really nice in the beginning. And of course you see the showrunners talking about, you know, what the showrunners and writers obviously talking about what they want to go for as far as the series is concerned. So I'm quite excited, you know, to see what they're going to be up to, because yes, I 100% agree. When you're talking animation, there's a lot more that you can do, because you're not stifled by, you know, just okay, filming something and adding CG to it, because there's so much you can do there. Of course, you can do whatever you wanted to. I mean, we've seen amazing movies, but when you're talking about animation, there's really no limits to what you can do. So that's going to be exciting. You see the guys busy drawing some of the characters, which is nice to see that background of how it's put together. The characters look cool. Their voices sound cool. Like everything about it really screams like a lot of fun, especially if you are a fan of the Stranger Things series, which I am. It's actually one of those series that have done pretty well for Netflix, because Netflix has like a season 1 really good, and then the season 2s kind of fall by the wayside ever so slightly. They've had a few good ones that have gone past, a season 2, and this is one of them. So Stranger Things has been like a monster, excuse the pun, monster success. People just love the characters, the story, or whatever the case is, and it's done really well. So to see that they're doing something like this with a bit of a spin-off, or whatever the case is, and it's animated, of course there'd be a little bit of favoritism there. But yes, I kind of like the way it looks. I like the concepts. I think that this could be really fun to watch, and no holds barred, using animation to do the most craziest things that you can think of, and I really hope they delve deep into that, so it should be a lot of fun. But that is it for today's episode. So if you liked the teaser trailer and today's show, please pop them in the comments below, as well as showing us some love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. But that is it for today's episode of the Everything Podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Goodbye.